What's up, world? This is Shane Tyler Milson. I am here with Kiki.
Hi guys.
We're at Trinity Bellwoods Park, and you can see this beautiful tablecloth is here, and it's not by accident, like nothing is. This tablecloth is subjective to the very topic we're going to speak to you about, and the topic is meditation. Everyone's favorite, and you've all seen the 1, 2-step, 3-step, 4-step, bullshit 5-step meditation program. Do this, do that, follow this consistent procedure. You know you should be doing it, but you don't do it. So we're gonna have a conversation, a mock conversation of what you actually might find yourself talking about with others about wanting to meditate. And maybe you're gonna get some answer from this that'll help you get to the point where you start meditating on a more regular basis, and you even have a good reason why you're doing it. So we're gonna kind of interview each other and give you a perspective on where we're at with our level of meditation. So hope you enjoy, and let's see what you can get out of this bad boy, okay? So let's begin. First off, why meditate? And Kiki, I'll pose that question to you. You know, why have you heard meditation's a good thing, and what do you feel you can get out of it?
One of the main things that I feel like you can get out of meditation, that I would really love to get out of meditation, is just the idea of finding time to just silence your mind and letting things come up. So if you have questions about career or things that you're unsure of, just to take that time, and maybe some answers will start to come up and you'll start listening a little better.
Okay, so it's giving that space for whatever is there to come up.
Exactly.
And when it comes up, what do you feel is going to happen?
When it comes up, I feel like it might be things you already kind of thought that you knew. It might be things that you were totally unaware of, and then from there you can kind of take those lessons and put them forward and start using them in your day-to-day life. So
okay.
It could be messages, lessons.
So whatever's underneath the surface, it's letting it bubble up.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's kind of making it bolded so that you know what's going on.
You've tried meditating in the past?
Yes, I'd like to try much more, but yes.
What do you feel is your biggest block to meditating right now?
Sitting comfortably, for sure. And we were talking about this earlier, the idea of, you know, the typical sitting straight with your legs crossed. It doesn't have to be that typical way to sit. I mean, there's other ways to meditate, so I feel like that's definitely been a block for me.
Mm-hmm.
And what else?
Well, I think you actually know the big one there. It's the comfort factor.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like when we see people who are very well respected in the yoga scene or meditation scene, that it's always this one position, right? And it can look uncomfortable and it can be uncomfortable. Obviously if you're watching the video, you've probably tried to meditate, and it can be uncomfortable. And I think this is where we have to start bending what the perceived rules are of society of meditation. And really it's getting back to a place of comfort when you meditate. One thing that I found is very effective is I don't go by this strict rule of a straight spine all the time, because you know what? If it means I'm not going to meditate because I'm so uncomfortable, I'd rather just put some pillows behind my back if I'm in my bedroom, or, you know, lean my back up against a tree. You know, might as well ground out against a tree while I'm there too. So, I mean, that's the first rule maybe consider bending, is you don't always have to sit in the regular position. And just as Kiki was also saying, it doesn't have to be the stereotypical meditation. You know, like we're talking about adult coloring books. What are they called?
There's one called The Secret Garden. There's so many of them. You can buy them at Indigo.
And you feel that like getting down and dirty with some crayons or, you know, whatever you're going to use is really a meditative state.
Yeah, exactly. You can just take those 15, if you have a hard time just sitting with your eyes closed, then try something different. Like coloring is a great way to do it, and you just kind of let your thoughts come and let them go and do it that way. There's so many different ways to meditate. It doesn't have to be just sitting down with your eyes closed.
So I'm getting the sense that we're actually rebels with the cause. Because I think something Kiki and I both share, and that's why we're rocking this video, is we're people who like to really think outside the box and take information from many different aspects and from many different areas. And I think something we both found effective is by following only one methodology, it's not always effective. It's actually nice when you can mix different things. You know, Bruce Lee has a quote, he says, you know, learn from masters, right? Learn what you can from them, drop what is useless and add what is uniquely your own. And that's exactly what we're trying to do in this video, is really show you guys that meditation isn't some strict art that you have to follow and it's one way or the highway. It's actually your own subjective choice, and something that we're finding effective is considering meditation that is not only just sitting with your comfortable position or your uncomfortable position. It's a coloring book. You know, for me, I actually find when I'm doing the dishes, which I don't always do very often, but when I do decide to get down with the dishes, I consider it a meditative art. When I'm driving, I love to actually shut the music or the audio book off from time to time and just be silent and let my mind go to a simple task of just doing one thing. What are some other ways that you find are meditation for you, even though they may not be sitting down in the yogi position?
Right. Even lying down and listening to music, that's really helpful. It kind of keeps my mind busy. I tend to focus, like when I close my eyes and with nothing, I tend to focus on, okay, did I do it for long enough? Did I do it for long enough? So I find it's very helpful to have me doing something while I'm meditating. Like you said, washing the dishes, coloring in a coloring book. What else is good? What else do you like to use?
For me, I love walking. Walking is one of my favorite meditative arts. It's really an option to let go of thoughts. And I think really like what we're getting down to as well is that meditation is about, there's many levels of meditation here, right? There's a meditation where it's actually you're using the outside environment, maybe the wind going by, and you're more listening type of meditation. Your eyes are closed. There's also open eye meditation, staring forward. And that's rare one I've never really seen anyone talk about except for just a few people. So really you could treat meditation, if your intention is to silence the mind, then it's silence the mind. And maybe you're not trying to listen for anything. You're just letting your thoughts come and letting them go. And maybe if you're using things like listening to the waves, I did that in Florida. If you're listening to the wind going by, if you're listening to birds chirping, then you're actually just letting your mind not focus on advanced thoughts or really thick thoughts that go all these different directions, but you're actually focusing on a singular thought, an easy thought, which doesn't lead to too much other thinking, such as listening to a bird chirp, right? So it's really getting clear on what's your intention for the meditation, and there's different ways to silence the mind. It's not just sit here and not think, because you really just can't do that.
It's harder.
It's more about letting the thoughts go. So, go ahead.
Another thing that we were talking about is the idea of, I've always kind of pictured, okay, when I meditate, I need to be really quiet, I need to get into a nice space, get a blanket, maybe some candles, get my crystals out.
Sounds romantic.
Those are awesome times, and that's a great way to do it. But I find that that's also a limiting thing, because I think that I always need that kind of scenery or that kind of silence in order to meditate. So we were just talking about, really you can meditate anywhere. You can find that peace and silence anywhere. It's just all about you focusing on meditating.
Yeah, it's really, there's no excuse not to do it anywhere. And I think that's actually the coolest thing, is when you can do it anywhere. And that's actually, I think the first thing with anything is getting the thinking right. And we were having this conversation because I feel like the block is, the scenario's got to be perfect, right? Candles lit, blanket, set down. The romantic meditation session has to be exactly this way, otherwise it ain't happening. Be flexible. Flexible mind is flexible body. Use the environment to your advantage. So let's say you are in a forest and you're going to meditate up against a tree. Then use the birds if you have it and you feel like you can't just not focus on anything. Use whatever's around you. And it's an actually pretty cool experience. I was in Toronto, Bay and Front Street, and if anyone's been there, it's a financial district. It's very busy. And I actually had an opportunity to sit there and meditate, but it's not the meditation you're thinking where I'm like, no, I just had a book with me and I was just letting my mind go and just focusing on each and every word and each and every sentence. And then I actually put the book down at the table at one point, and because I practiced open eye meditation, I was just doing it in that scenario with thousands of people walking by. That's not the typical normal scenario you picture meditation, but it's so easy to silence the mind when you actually just say, there's no restrictions here. There's no limitations to where I can meditate. And because I was doing open eye, you would never really know I'm meditating. I'm not even sitting in any one position. I'm just kind of sitting there, looking around, and just, you're people watching too by accident. Oh, let that thought go, let that thought go. That can be a meditation. So don't limit yourself. It can really be anything. Is there any last things you recommend to people about meditating?
No, just give it a try, and don't, like you said, don't limit yourself. Don't find that it's so easy to make so many excuses. Just give it a try. If it's 5 minutes, 7 minutes, even 10 deep breaths, just start from there. And then as you move on, you'll just realize that you can do it better and better every day.
Better and better every single day. Say this affirmation. No, I'm just kidding. So thanks so much for tuning in, guys. If you have any questions, comments, or observations, just put them in the comments. And of course, if you're watching this and it's on YouTube, you better get your ass and subscribe right here. Much love, people. Until next time, live your truth.
Woo.